And we're in, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last episode, we turned Garuda into chicken wings, if I remember correctly, right? Yep, we turned her into chicken wings, and I think we used honey-smoked barbecue sauce on her. Oh, I wish I could taste. And then after that, we went on vacation for a minute. And what did we do on vacation, Orbo? Yep, absolutely nothing. Did a little bit of maintenance work, did a little bit of stuff in a few games, but nothing's changed, right? Nothing's changed, right? Yeah, apparently I actually got this glamour to work finally. I really don't know how it happened, I don't know if the game updated, but yeah, this glamour works now for my tank classes. So that's nice. Yeah, clearly nothing else changed, right? Clearly nothing else changed. Actually, yes, I did get a cool axe for my warrior. Yeah, I'm finally getting some cool weapons for my characters. So that was really nice. But nothing else has changed, right? Yep, absolutely nothing. Although I guess I did, if I go to my inventory, figure out how to get materia. Yeah, it turns out it was actually really simple, and I'm just a fool. To be fair, we all knew that, right? Shut up. So yeah, how you get materia, at least how I figured out, was you go to a weapon, if the spirit bond is at 100, you hit extract materia on it. Literally could not be simpler, and I've been missing out on so much materia. But that being said, I also need equipment that could equip it. But as you can see, I have increased critical hit, increased determination, increased direct hit, don't know the difference between that and crit, I will look it up. Quick arm for skill speed, quick tongue for spell speeds, battle dance for some tenacity, piety for whatever piety does. So yes, I've officially begun collecting materia, and unfortunately none of this stuff can equip it. But at least I have it, and clearly nothing else has changed. Yep, nothing else has happened off camera. Although I did do my promise and, level up a class or two, so that way we can switch to it. And I did make the realization, Orbo, we must be getting close to the end of the story. Why do I say that? Well, if we look at our journal here, or... where is it? Alright, take a little bit of a break. Here it is, the journal. This mission was level 44. Now that's important because in the base game of Final Fantasy, A Realm Reborn, which is the base game, the max level is 50. Yeah, so by being a level 44 mission, there stands to reason that the final mission or missions will be level 50, which means we are very close to the end, right? So I thought, hey, that would be a perfect time to do some leveling. And then I leveled. And then I leveled. And then I leveled, and I leveled, and I probably should have stopped. I was on vacation, we were in low power mode, but I kind of got away from me, and yeah, we are now a level 50 Black Mage. Yeah, I know level 50 is the max level for the base game, and I should have stopped at 44 because that's the level of the current missions, but I couldn't help myself. I started as a Black Mage, I wanted to finish the Black Mage. I wanted to finish on Black Mage, even though I leveled up every other class. Sorry, I'm talking too fast, it's nice to be back. So yeah, I went and leveled up. Now, you may also notice that nothing else has completely changed. Yep, nothing else has changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing at all. Okay, yeah, I did a good/bad thing, Orbo. Well, to get this armor, as well as some of these abilities I have, like Thunder 3 and Blizzard 3, which were pretty important, you have to do the story mission, right? So I have Thunder 3 and Blizzard 3 and this cool outfit unlocked. That means I did the story mission, right? Well, yes and no. You see, the reason I did the story missions was because I was sick of not having all my abilities, as well as I wanted a nice looking outfit. But, as you know, I do all the story missions on camera so we can enjoy the story together. And no, I didn't record it. I probably should have, but I was on vacation, I wanted my abilities. So what I did was I blanked the missions. For those of you who don't know, being a machine, I have the unique ability to blank what I've done. Essentially, it's like turning on autopilot. The mission got done, and I'm like, well, okay, the mission's complete, and I now have an ability. So I basically blanked all of the Black Mage storyline. Now, I am still going to play the Black Mage story. I'm glad you asked, Orbo. The only reason I did this in the first place was because of a little feature I found out. Right here called New Game Plus. And don't worry, it's not your typical New Game Plus. I'm not going to basically create a brand new character. Although if this doesn't work out, I will just to do the Black Mage story, don't worry. But basically, New Game Plus, I should make my character sit real quick while I keep talking. So essentially, New Game Plus allows you to redo key, I guess emphasis on key, story missions to enjoy the story again. And part of those are class missions as well as the main story. Which means, once I beat the main MSQ, the main story of A Realm Reborn, we unlock New Game Plus, and thus we can go back and do the Black Mage story and experience it for the first time, because I blanked. Meaning that with any class we unlock, we can go unlock their abilities, kind of important on Arcanist/Summoner, as well as we can do the story missions to upgrade them to White Mage, Summoner, Scholar, yada yada yada. Which means leveling up's going to be a lot easier when I actually have access to all their key abilities. And it just means that a little later on, when we're sick of MSQ, we can simply go back and do all the, stories and experience the stories together, because I have enjoyed a few of these. Not all of them, but I have enjoyed a few. So yeah, we beat the MSQ, we unlocked New Game Plus, we can experience the Black Mage story because I completely blanked it. It's a nice feature being a machine. Yeah, and clearly nothing else happened. Nothing else happened. Nothing else happened. Okay, something else happened. Turns out, once you get a character to level 50, you unlock something which I thought you had to unlock at level 60 or 70. Turns out, nope, all you gotta do is have a class at level 50. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. We unlocked 2 more classes. You may have saw it real quick, although I try to be quick. We have Red Mage unlocked, a class I've really been wanting to play. And we have Samurai unlocked. Which, not expecting this to be our starting armor, but yep, 2 classes I really wanted to play, we now have unlocked. And of course the main reason I'm so excited is because, as you can see, for tanks, you have Paladin and Warrior. Paladin and Warrior, pretty good. I'm enjoying Warrior more than Paladin. It should have been a Warrior, hindsight being what it is. But then we can unlock Dark Knight. Dark Knight unlocks in the first DLC, which is also part of the free trial, so all we gotta do is beat the game and we can go get Dark Knight. Then I can decide which is my main tank. Probably gonna be Dark Knight or Warrior, one of the two, because, well, I don't know, just a feeling. Then for healers, we have Conjurer, which becomes White Mage, and Scholar, which evolves from Arcanist, which is how I found out about New Game Plus. I'll get into that in a minute. So with that, we had 2 healers, but I don't even know what Scholar does, and White Mage is pretty much you heal, and you heal. And did I mention healing? But again, we beat the main story, move on to the first DLC, we can get Astrologian, which I'm curious about because I love me a good TCG. Yes, and then we have melee DPS, which we had Monk, Dragoon, and Rogue, or Monk, Dragoon, and Ninja, which of course we couldn't do the Ninja mission, even though that wasn't his kit, blah blah blah, I can do that now because of New Game Plus. But none of these were really hitting the spot. With Monk, I just felt like I was missing something. I still do. I feel like I'm doing ABC when I actually have to be doing BC2A, and you have to ask where 2 come from. But, I am enjoying it. Dragoon, I'm waiting to get more jumps, which now we can unlock. And Ninja, I don't know because I have not unlocked any ninjutsu because of being held back. But now we have Samurai, the last melee in the game. And I gotta say, I didn't test it. All I did was actually get my little hotbar here fixed, because when you unlock the class, it gives you every ability in a random order. Don't worry, I blanked that too. But I'm really excited to find out which melee I like. I have a feeling it's going to be between Ninja and Samurai. Shut up. But now that we have all the melee classes, we can actually choose and pick which one we want to follow up on. For range, we literally only have Bard. Which I'm enjoying because it's ranged and it's a bow, but I don't like I'm just going to sit here and hit one ability and hope something else procs. But I really want this class, but we have to wait until we beat the main story to unlock Machinist, the only other range champ we can get in the free trial. But something I've been wanting to play since the very beginning. When I first started the game, I wanted to play Black Mage and I wanted to play Machinist. I got to play one, and the other one's locked, so I really want to rush through the MSQ. And then of course we have Magic. We have the Black Mage, Classic, Arcanist, which I think becomes Summoner. And now we have the other Magic range DPS, Red Mage, which, just gotta say, I'm a huge fan of Red Mage, always have been. So I'm glad we have it unlocked. So now I have basically, oh, that's right, I was supposed to, basically in terms of classes I really wanted to play. I really wanted to play White Mage because it's Classic, and Black Mage because it's Classic. Tanks, I didn't really have an opinion on, but once I found out we could play Dark Knight, I was interested because I love me a good greatsword. Who doesn't? But other than that, I usually play tanks, but I'm a little worried because of MMO. I really want to play Samurai, Ninja, and Dragoon. I have 2 of those options. I really want to play basically, what I'm trying to get at is, I finally have half the classes I wanted to play. I finally have Red Mage I want to try in addition to my Black Mage. I finally have Samurai in addition to Ninja. The only thing I'm missing is essentially Machinist and Dark Knight and Astrologian, just basically round out my main classes. So I'm looking forward to trying out Samurai and Red Mage on camera. They do start at level 50, kinda nice. They have level 50 gear, which also really nice. In fact, if you look, they have the highest item rating. My current one being Black Mage because, level 50 with level 45 story gear. But then these are 78 and 79, which means they are stronger, but we'll worry about that later. I haven't even read their abilities yet. Should I do that real quick? Okay, we'll save that for next episode. But anyways, yes, that's all that's changed. Nothing else has changed. I've just hit level 50, unlocked a few classes, found out New Game Plus allows me to unlock abilities, blah blah blah, Nothing has changed. Anyways, back to MSQ? Back to MSQ. So, like I said, last time we turned Garuda into chicken wings. Well, let's see, with all the experience I'd rather not have again. Yep. Something's been troubling me, Mechanist. Shortly before the Black Wolf took center stage, when Garuda attempted to claim you as her own, I could have sworn I saw. But I'm sure I'm mistaken. In times of great stress, the evidence of the eye is apt to be misread by even the most inquiring mind. Forget I mentioned it. You didn't mention anything. Returning to the subject of our earlier discussion, we may consider the matter of the Primal's clothes until further notice. No beast tribe will dare summon their god so long as that weapon exists. Yeah, true. Truly a more effective deterrent, I could not imagine. It almost seemed ashamed to apply its destruction. We're blowing it up. And in terms of this, turns out this all class sucks. Yeah, so, What do we go for here? Let's take the Disciple of War. That blocks for everybody. Free-Wing Knight. Don't know what that is. Okay, next story mission is 44, Reclamation. Oh, I'm gonna have to go sell my armor stuff again. I'm running low on inventory space. Okay, what's this about? It's past time to return to the Waking Sands, even though it's full of blood and bodies. To leave our headquarters in despair or disrepair any longer would be a dishonor to the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees. I can't speak. I need to go back on vacation. But we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. Okay, let's teleport to this little location. And let's rebuild the, I forget what we're called. Do you remember? Yeah, Scions. I forgot it's called Scions. Let me zoom the camera out a little bit again. Okay, we're off to rebuild the Scions of the 7th Dawn. And now that I'm a full-power Black Mage, now, if I do some combat in this video, you may notice I'm doing something a little... I don't know if it's right or wrong, so feel free to tell me if it's wrong, but I will explain my thought process as we do combat, if we get to that this video. And then of course next video we'll try out Samurai, and then Red Mage, then the following video we'll try out Samurai. Let me try that again. So next video, if we do some combat this video, we will try out Red Mage. And then if everything goes well with Red Mage, we will try out Samurai. There we go. Also, I decided I'm going to do these blue quests off camera, unless one seems really good, because it seems like they just unlock features. So if you see me have a bunch of, where am I going, random stuff, that's why. For instance, and I did look this up for Pugilist's sake, or Monk, one of these quests allows you to get the, nothing glamour. And by nothing, I mean it appears you're wearing nothing. So if you want your character to be shirtless, pantsless, hatless, whatever, there's a glamour for that. As well as there's a glamour for monk weapons, because it makes sense for monk to punch with their fists. So yeah, I found out that's this thing, which is good, because I don't like any of the monk weapons right now. But that's a blue quest we can do off camera. So like I said, if you see me with a bunch of features, I'll explain after every video. Tell me, Mechanist, does aught here strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? My magic's ready. Mayhap it's just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. Disciple of War. Ooh, cutscene time. Okay, who's snuck back? Who's still alive and who's not captured? Wait! Okay, Sid wants to be the one to take charge. Hey, you're from Godania. Who goes there? Now, Ida. Is that any way to greet a friend? I mean, I guess I'm wearing a bunch of new clothes. Alphanod. Mechanist. Is the Mechanist? Sid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Ida. Don't worry, we buried everybody. I don't believe it. I was sure you'd been. I had you off fighting Garuda. Sorry. I don't like that color on me. I like the shade of purple, but I'm a black mage. This place has seen better days. Sure has. I wasn't actually here when I was still in talks at Adder's Nest. The first I knew about what was going on, I came back and I saw Ida. Relax. The church is taking care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard not to know where to start. If Istola, still not say the name, hadn't been here to help me. Istola is still here? Yeah, but she's not here right now. No duh. She's gone to Udaw, we were just there, to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. We know what happened, they got captured. By the Garleans, or whatever their name is. Papa Menfilia weren't among the dead, according to the church. He sure thinks they were taken somewhere. A Garlean camp, let's go blow them up one by one. Yeah, unleash me and my mighty level 50 power. Although technically I can overlevel because I think the level cap is 60 or 70, which means I can be stronger than I'm supposed to be. Anyways, upon the orders of the Black Wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? To enrage me, because they possess something he desires, knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals. One that Gaius has yet to harness. Oh, the Shimmer or whatever we have, the Spark or whatever it's called. The Echo, that's what it is. Yeah, I forgot that's what makes it special. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his elegant weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. Makes sense. He means he was Menfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo. None of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of the Waking Sands in the first place. No matter, the Empire has shown its hand and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the Scions and save Eorzea. And our friend. Can I count on you, Ida? What? Oh yes, of course, whatever you need. Good, keep cleaning the bloodstains, please. We can discuss our next move upon Estrela's return. For now, I say we rest. I've been resting and grinding, so in and out. Oh, we are actually just asleep now. Okay, am I about to echo something? You cannot see anything. Hear, feel, think. Oh yeah, we're back in the void. Good thing I switched to a black mage. Let me harness that darkness. Okay, I might have to change glamour. You really can't see me. Who's limit breaking? Hey, don't we have all the crystals now? I guess you can call me the bringer of light if you have to. Brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. Sure does. I'm Heidelin, all made one. Isn't that one of the gods or something? Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Hey, I'm spreading darkness. It's not a bad thing. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar shadow, whom death attendeth always. So, somebody wears a red band? The crystal shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. I use magic now. Again. I'm not a paladin. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour I am made of steel, I think. You never did check. Thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. I already do that on a nightly basis. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee. I am not your child, although I guess in the game sense, sure. Allies! Estrela! Mechas, I see you and Alphanar are safe, and Sid? That we five should meet each other thus defies simple explanation. It is as if the benevolent hand of the master, not even going to try to say that name, guides us still. You will not see us undone so easily, not now, when the need is so great. Hey, I've unlocked a lot of power. I can help. Like a one-shot. I know where Menfilia and the others are being held. Good. Let me unleash my wrath upon them. Where? An imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordona. Castrum Sentry. I'm gonna go blow it up with my magic. Be right back. Actually, perfect time to test out a samurai and a red mage. Yeah. Alright, now the quest is complete. And yes, I'm staying on Black Mage, even though the other ones could use some XP, because, like I said before, Final Fantasy has a cool feature where if one character is overleveled, it boosts the XP rate of other classes. We'll just see what this is real quick, and... Okay, Disciple of War... let's see... Now, you know what? We'll call it there. I did a lot of talking. Sorry about this being a talking episode, but I want to recap. After all, nothing happened. Right? Nothing happened. Yep, absolutely nothing happened. But, yeah, we are back. I've accomplished a lot off camera, and going forward, we're going to try speed through MSQ. And in fact, next episode, we get to try Red Mage for the first time, as well as I get to read the abilities. And also figure out why I have this set up this way. I wish I knew, but I blanked. It feels good to be back playing Final Fantasy again. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed gaming. This has been The Mechanist, logging off. Until next time.